Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Porterhause here, and today we are in the World Takes. Before we get started, just want to let you know a little fun fact about Porterhouse is I actually come from an Irish Catholic family, so St. Patrick's Day is something that's always been near and dear to to my family's hearts. It is actually more for us a traditional feast day and sort of a religious observance, and less of a binge drinking vomit fest. So. I just want you all to drink responsibly, and if you are drinking, don't drive. Arrange for a designated driver or a taxi or something like this. I know a lot of places offer shuttle services on holidays like this, so I don't want anything to happen to you. You're my subscribers, and I want you to hang around for a long time, so just be careful and drink in moderation, and I will get to enjoy your patronage for many episodes to come. So anyway, as I was saying, we're going to be having a single match episode today. There is a bit of news for you for the new update coming soon to World of Tanks. They have a new map coming out, the Glacier map. I'm actually going to be joining the beta and taking a sneak peek at it. Unfortunately, you have to sign or agree to a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't really bring you footage or show you pictures of that yet, so later in the day. Now, also, there is a St. Patrick's Day sale going on at the World of Tanks in the Premium Shop. They're having several offers, 50% off on consumables and other things, so be sure to check that out. So anyway, as I was saying, for a single match in my Tiger 1, had a blast, pardon the pun. It was a lot of fun, and the results turned out pretty amazing, so let's get to it. Hey everyone, today we are in that map, and I couldn't pronounce that if I tried, and I am top tank, top tier, so pretty excited about that. Seems to be less common in Tier 7 than it does in Tier 8 and Tier 6. So something about being in that middle spot that the matchmaking seems to be a little more fair. So I have it in free camera mode right now, so I'm going to put it back in game camera. And you'll notice a difference in the sounds. I downloaded a mod that changed the gun sounds. And I had one for the engines as well, and it sounded fantastic. And I launched the game one day and it no longer worked. As a matter of fact, I didn't get any engine noise at all. It was like driving an electric golf cart. All you heard was the clanking of the treads and the bogies, and that was it. So you're actually about to hear that a little bit in just a moment. I'm going to take a pot shot of this tank over here. And those sounds are supposed to be based on a realistic tank sounds by a modder known as the Gnome Father. At that point, I was just kind of thrilled with the gun sounds. I was just firing random rounds. So I am headed north on the east side of the map. This is where a lot of heavies go, so I'm from both sides, so I want to make sure I go up this side to make sure that everybody has the backup. I am, as I said, top tier, top tank, so. And if you notice when you listen to the other tanks fire, their gun sounds actually sound a little different. Now, I didn't think there was too much coming yet, so I decided to be brave and moved up. And I was going to go after that Panzer III. Missed by a mile. And then as soon as I crested the top of this hill, whoops! There's a Tiger P. Usually not too big of a threat, but then I started catching artillery and shots from everything else as well, so I decided to move back. At this point, my gunner was wounded. And then right there, right off the bat, one of my teammates in a heavy tank goes down. And I saw this T-37. Those things are quick and fast and hard to hit. So I spent a good chunk of the battle on top of this hill, trying to decide whether I was going to move down the hill. And just was realizing that there was a lot more than just that Tiger Porsche down there. And I was being overly cautious because I had already took a great deal of damage right off the bat, so... And there's that T-37 again, and he is just all over the place. But I was leery of trying to keep a bead on him just because I was afraid something was going to pop over the hill like that and take a shot at me. So right there, that's my first kill of the game. The guy in the SU just wasn't fast enough to get back below the lip of that hill, below the crest, before I put a round into him. So I was feeling pretty cocky at that point, so I start pulling forward again. And then when I got to this point, I realized that that Tiger Porsche was still there. And he wasn't really paying too much attention. I didn't actually hit him, somebody else did. And then artillery just started falling all over the damn place. So I got hit again. And not just the M44 and the grill, but remember those two artilleries. We'll see more of them later. Now I know that T-25 is out there somewhere, so I'm going to try to follow. I was going to try to follow his path back to where he was, but then I kind of lost sight of it. And then I see this guy coming along. Managed to catch him on the fly. He was already pretty badly damaged, so that's kill number 2 right there. Took a blind shot at the T-37, and I know I missed, so... I really want to move down this hill. Tiger Porsche is still there, although he's pretty badly damaged. And I realized he wasn't taking a look, and I was thinking about moving forward, and I took another round from artillery, and then another round from artillery. And then that IKV took a shot at me from across the map. Now keep an eye on him. We will be seeing him again, I think. Now there's the M12. Just right out in the open. And he didn't move. So there's kill number 3 right there. And there's kill number 4. So, but about this point, the teams are still kind of even because there's still 2 heavies on the other side versus just me, and I'm already pretty badly damaged. I got track damage, my radio operator's wounded. And so I start moving down toward the center of the map, sort of headed through the village here, and then I cut over and I'm going to follow Nike there, who, by the way, is driving one of my favorite tanks. Oh! And I ran into him because I was looking the other direction. I felt kind of bad about it, so I did apologize to him in chat. And he said, my bad, so, you know, all good. Now, there's that IKV off to my left. He popped up for a second. I wasn't quite sure where he was. There's that MT5 that's been pot-shotting me all day, and I got him back. So I'm moving up here trying to spot him, because I know I saw him there just a second ago, and I am not seeing anything. I thought maybe he ducked behind that rock over there or in the bushes, and I was afraid to commit because there's still two TDs and 2 heavy tanks on that side of the map somewhere, and you can spot this Tiger 1 a mile away. I mean, it just sticks out like a bonfire. So I was afraid to move over that hump into full view, and so I did kind of move up and take a look, see if somebody would pop out, try to take a shot at me, and I didn't see anything. And so I'm going to take I started to take this big loop around, and I was tracking back and forth looking to see if I could get somebody to pop up, or if the light or the medium would spot anything. Because again, I am down to, they could cough a hole in the armor of my tank. Now you notice I'm hanging down a little bit from the railroad tracks, because you can actually aim and hit things between the gaps in the cars and actually underneath the cars. So I'm trying not to get too high up where they can spot me. And there it is. I said I know the TDs are waiting for me, and then just then I noticed that grill is there, and that was the other artillery that was just shelling the crap out of me. So I mean, I know there's tougher foes, but I really wanted this guy. And there he is. And I don't think he even noticed me until it was too late. And then he starts turning around to shotgun me. And I ammo racked him. So, sucks to be you, Artie. No offense if you're an artillery player. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no tank equivalent of teabagging. So now it is just down to this one heavy tank and that one TD. I know it's that IKV that I shot at earlier and took a pretty good chunk out of. And I get back to the railroad tracks, and I'm like, screw it. I'm going to see if I can get them to pop out. And then I realized they got the other heavy. And I still wasn't quite sure where that TD was, because he was kind of in the direction where my barrel was pointed. And I thought he might be hiding in the bushes. My spot on this tank and crew is terrible. So I was going to take a wild guess where I thought he might be hiding and blind fire into the bushes, and not there. So then I realized he's not there, so chances are he is now hiding in the far corner. Let me go into free camera mode, in that corner over there. Okay, back into game camera. So the way to get him to pop out, a good tactic is to go into their cap. And so the minute I did that, he started hearing the siren, so I'm sure he started heading my way. And here's one of my teammates' burned out tanks, so I'm going to... It is literally the only cover in this cap. You can see why I did not want to come in here. And there he is. He pops up. We exchange shots. We both miss. I don't think he realized my reload was that quick. And that was kill number 6 and end of the match. Alright everyone, as you saw, that was a spectacular battle for me. Now I did a total of 1,800 points of damage. Toward the end there I got a little bit cowardly because I just had a shred of armor left, and there was still a SPG, 2 TDs, and a heavy somewhere left on the field, and I did not know where they were. And so I was a little afraid to go up and over those railroad tracks, because that would just put me out in the open, and there is absolutely no cover on that side except for a rock that I wasn't sure I could make it to. But there was an AMX that was there too, and I think he spotted the heavy and one of the TDs, and artillery and him did the rest. So it was just the one TD left, and so I moved up. I had a pretty shrewd idea he was hiding in that corner, because a lot of TDs will do that. And sure enough, as soon as I took cover behind one of my wrecked teammates, he popped up, took a shot at me, missed, and I reloaded before he came back up again. And so I let him have it. That's that second time he popped over that little lip. So I did 6 kills. I got the SU, the M12, the IKV, the MT, the T-34, and the grill. I also did a little over 1,000 points of spotting damage, and I bounced 230 points from that MT-25. When he started shooting me, I turned into him, and he just couldn't pen me from the front. I got the high caliber for the highest damage in a battle, Top Gun for 6 or more kills, Paschucci's medal for destroying 2 of the SPGs. I got Bruiser, I got Hand of God, Duelist, Spotter, Fire for Effect, Demolition Expert, and Mastery Badge 2nd class. And then team score, I did the highest damage, highest number of kills. And detailed report, I got 21,000 in silver and 2,616 experience points, which should have bumped. I don't know what it is with the radio operators. They always seem to advance slower than everybody else. And these guys look really, really angry. You guys should be smiling. You did great in battle. So that was a great match. I had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Well, as you saw, that was a good match. I had a lot of fun. I did get a little cowardly, as I was saying earlier, about going over that lip, but I decided to go for it, and it paid off, and I got that IKV before he could get me, and we won the battle. So good game for everybody there. I had a lot of good teammates, especially Nike, and there was a couple other gentlemen that went up on the hill with me that unfortunately didn't have the armor that my Tiger 1 had and didn't survive that. So anyway, Nike, if you're watching this, thanks for the support. You were fun to play with. If you have enjoyed this episode, please remember to hit that like button, drop me a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And I will see you all at the next episode of Porterhouse Plays.